Welcome everyone in the next session of feasibility studies, preliminary design and environmental impacts assessment on different projects. Today's topic is very much important because we will mainly talk about it, what are the problems and what are the potentials, how we can resolve those issues. Maybe you heard there is a very negative energy around the universe, especially in the humans. They usually come up with so many problems. But if you ask from anyone is ahead from your is your superior, if you ask them the solution, that very rare people have those solutions. So EIA have been encountered with a number of problems in both predicting and mitigating impacts. However, with the emergence of those problems, solutions are also sought. Often these solutions are highly innovative and also present in a pragmatic approach. So for example, today in this lecture is contained about few problems and also the potential of solution is there in your lecture content. So you can see here, we will talk about that EIA have consist of too many problems, too many alternatives. So how we can resolve that specific problem? We have solution for that. So we have too many impact, how we can solve that specific solution. We have also potential solution to that specific problem. There is also a myth around the whole universe that there is a lacking of data. How we can resolve that issue? We have also solution for that. We have the lack of experts exist in the underdeveloping or fast growing developing country. We have also solution for that. We have the impact which cannot be quantified, which cannot be draw, which cannot be convert or translate. So how we can do that? We have solution for that as well. So now we are moving toward the very first problem, which we called it EIA has consist too many alternative. Okay. That is a very problem. For example, we would like to consider the transportation case study. Is a city transport planner. This is now your job to provide the level of service or the mode of transportation or present the mode of transportation according to the user convenience, comfort, and so on. So in your city, there are different modes exist, such as bus, trains, cars, etc. So the next question is, which type of mode should be? For example, you would like to move from small to large or from surface to underground. Such as, for example, if you would like to move from origin to destination, if there is no direct route, so of course you will take first of all the local tram or like bus, and then you will reach to the metro station. From there, you will take your underground mass tube, and then you will reach to your destination. So it means that we are moving from small to large transit mode. And then which route should be followed, and then like what is your priority in terms of fare or what type of rate structure exists. Okay, so if you have that many alternative, how you can put all those alternative into single solution? To reach to the single solution, each alternative should be defined in different sub-alternative, which we called tiered approach. Okay, that approach we also called it steps, or we also called it hierarchy, or we also call it row, or we also call it level approach. That means that such type of a solution seek to reduce the problem to manage to manageable proportion by handling it in a series of choices rather than to answer a very big question directly. So we divide the same question into the set of tiered options, such as select mode of transportation we would like to do. We would like to choose that which specific route would be selected, and we will also would like to find the appropriate route from origin to destination. And also we would like to see if the same approach is financially viable as well, of course. So the tiered approach is seek to reduce the large number of alternative by defining the problem into terms of series or levels of choices. So this approach reduces the cost and time for the EIA, which also ensure that all those alternatives should be considered at a major as well as at the minor level as well. So the approach has been successfully applied in several instances, and a lot of project is actually function or run through that tiered approach as well. Second, uh, second problem we have in the EIA, that EIA consists of too many impact. Okay, it considers the bunch of impacts such as financial resources, time constraint, workforce constraint, resource constraint, how we can handle the hundred of potential impact, how it is possible. So sometime it happened that there could be hundred of potential impact. However, the financial resources may not be that much limited to any specific study. So a best solution is scoping. What is basically scoping? Scoping is the solution or the exercise through which the course analysis of any possible impact of a project with a view to define or identify those impacts which are worthy or not worthy for the study to be carried out. So such as we list all those impact, and then we have carefully reviewed which impact have the kind of direct or indirect impact on our specific project. And then we would also like to see that what are the best alternative to complete the same project in the project cost X, which is the available fund for your project. And then we also would like to go towards the quantified approach or quantified scoping exercise to not limit ourselves in even to take more and more inputs from the field and to reach to the best possible solution. And then we would also like to see that what are the possible impact and how we can restructure or refair or restructure those list of impacts in a way which have direct or indirect impact on our project. And then the third one is usually that we have the lack of data. Okay. Sometimes it happens in both developed and underdeveloping country that data required for a proposed action or project does not exist. This is completely true, but this doesn't mean that gives you the leverage that give you the leverage not to employ EIA. Okay, there is solution for that. So we will take example of Pakistan. Is a researcher, is a learner. I call to Pakistan is a white paper or like white page because we don't have that much information which is already available, and also we have almost limited access to the available data as well. Recently at the ministry level they have started the right of access uh, right to information portal, which which brought some changes in innovation, but of course there is a lot of lacking of data issues in Pakistan. So the question is how to process. Should we delete the EIA, or the how we can find the ways to proceed the EIA with such data? So its simple solution is synthesis, or like we can call that combination or fusion, or we also call it amalgamation, means to combine some effects together. So synthesis is basically a process by which data from another location. For example, if you are working at a location X data is not available, but we have the neighborhood parcel, neighborhood catchment area, neighborhood data is available, so we can consider that one as well. So we consider the data from another location which could be used to provide the data at the location which is proposed, or which data is actually needed. For example, it's example one, we have considered that the state would like to design the flood control in any specific area, Y or Z. So we consider the rainfall, stream flow, all the environmental parameters and so on, so that specific data can be synthesized and engineered in a way to provide the environmental study could be processed. But we cannot avoid EIA. The second problem is that the state would like to allocate few industrial zone with a newly with a newly developed city. So how that specific thing is possible? So we can see the population growth projection. We can also predict the effect of a new industries, how much influx or how much new job seekers could move to that specific area, and also we can see that the new industry on the growth patterns and so on. The fourth point is that we have the lack of experts. So whenever we have a lack of expert, we have a shortage of trained professional. We have environmental quality expert issues as well. We have issues and constraint with the technologist as well. How we can convert the price of environmental loss to the replacement to recover our environment. So we have again solution for that as well. Okay. So a more effective approach is placed to the you can to the EIA to provide or to take the help from the local coordinator. That specific coordinator can make decision as to what can be done locally, and must he hire some professional from outside. Furthermore, if the same exercise can close control on the plan and activities to the hired consultant in order to ensure the work being is done to the local need and useful to the decision making. So we have the general background in the environmental work and also good relationship with the decision maker. So means that we can get the same lack of expert issues, we can resolve it if we can hire a single professional coordinator and then he make his own team. If he have the deficiency in the human resources, he can hire someone even from the outside of the city or even from the out of the country. He can make his own team and then kind of uh, train all those people in his team, and then he can reach to the decision. The fourth point, which is very much important, that impact cannot be quantified. Okay. Quantified means counted, which could be measured, which could be calculated. So there is no human formula available. Okay, this is very much true that there are several cases where theoretical basis for computing the magnitude of an impact does not even exist. In such cases, there is no available formula or model to calculate the degree to which proposed action will modify in environmental parameters. Excuse me. Three types of impact which often concerned with human environment and development is going on, such as the human environment, migration, and culture, which could not be ignored, and there is no formula. So now the question is how we can convert, how we can measure, how we can calculate the reversible loss, the loss of environment, and we convert it. Okay, so we have the two solution for that. The first one is called expert opinion method, and the second one is called Delphi technique. According to the expert opinion, there should be a team of a panel of expert which should have the ideas, the state of the art and trust in solution to all those problems. Okay, and then is a you should also hire the academic researcher and technical expert. And then, for example, if you have the panel of expert, so there will be different type of a state of mind, state of art of work, and there will be technical and academic expert as well. So then we should consider different type of a methodology, such as multi-criteria decision analysis, analytic hierarchy process, and so on. So to merge all those expert opinion into one and to reach to the single solution. Second part is about the Delphi technique. Delphi technique is actually the modified form of expert opinion technique. It is not completely different or differ from the expert opinion method. It actually draws upon the knowledge of panel of expert on the subject being investigated. Delphi technique utilize individual assessment, statistical analysis, and control the feedback as well, which arrive at the consensus. So these changes in format reduces the effect of dominance, noise, and so on. So in this technique, the panelists are asked to independently assess the situation. All panelists' result are analyzed and resent to the expert to review in order to that if they, for example, consider something which is their own interest, so that specific portion could be eliminated. So this is the combination. If we don't have the, if we cannot count, measure, calculate it, the impact, we can use expert opinion along with Delphi technique, we can reach to the solution. So the on the next slide, we have a one simple solution for that as well. For example, this specific comparison is divided in like 3 parameters that how we can reach to the solution. If we have different parameters which could not be considered as like 1. So for example, how we can assess those such as in terms of meeting, and then we have conference seminar and how we can apply Delphi technique. For example, if we would like to consider the effective group size, of course, the more parameter you have, the more conclusive result you will get. And interaction mode could be anyone. It could be physical, it could be questionnaire, it could be conference, it could be people participation, it could be public voting, and so on. Interaction or length is completely dependent on that how much actually you needed the input from the people, and number of interaction. Of course, whenever we have the limited people, we may have limited access to the facts and figure. But if we have multiple and they have different state of mind, state of art, so we can reach to the controversial in each and every type of solution. Okay, and if we talk about the cost, so as I already mentioned in my previous lectures as well, that EIA have a total cost of 0.5 to 1% of the total cost. And what are the other consideration which we should consider, such as the equal flow of information should be there. Okay, so all those informations, all those expert opinion method, so all those information should not be biased. There should be psychological effects which need to be minimized, and there should be time demand as well. Okay, because time is very much important. We cannot give too much time to any specific project, so maybe we can go in a very back channel there. Thank you very much for your questions and listening to me. You can subscribe to my YouTube channel. You can just simply search in YouTube Professor Dr. Asim Farooq, and then you can reach to there are a bunch of playlists, and you can enjoy your any sessions. It's all those almost are explained in quite simple words. I hope that you already get the message as well. If you have any question, please comment below the lecture.